to the multiverse.
And the soul dreams, as a lot of things happen, it's more symbolic. It's an energy of symbolism, a frequency that has made a shape or a form, rather than always too much chatting. And yet the gift to also communicate it intellectually and verbally, and bring the heart and the mind and the intellect and the intuition together as a way of exchanging knowledge and communication. So really that's what we're teaching now with the soul dreams and the 7 steps to transformation. Yeah.
Alicia, this morning we were talking about the 5 senses and consciousness and the Indigenous perspective, and how this period of transformation is about going beyond the visual senses, the touch senses, the taste, and opening up, because that is what the transformation is.
Exactly.
And do you find with your classes that so much in a place like this is about stripping away this physical world that we live in and opening up to those very subtle senses we have, which are alive and well, but need to be separated from these sort of very dominant sounds and sights that we see in the so-called third dimension world?
Yes, well, I mean, the teaching behind the tree of the 4 elements or the 4 worlds, matter into emotions, into mental conception, understanding, to spiritual, perception, and how the ego, which is satisfied or binds or wraps around the soul through satisfying the senses, unevolved consciousness is caught in the delusion of satisfaction of the senses. Of course, being here, and I guess that's how the souls that are used to the dream time, which is basically the Aboriginal people, but we've certainly experienced that being here, is the refinement of the etheric bodies of the earth here, that it's very easy to go into dreaming and then remember. And throughout the 6 days, all of us, including myself, have gone through enormous changes, and the biggest change has been remembering our bestial power, our bestial nature, and how at the end of the day, if we wrap that in the angelic purity of the heart and the force and the blueprint, it's nothing to fear. It's just part of the evolution of everything, and it's the shadow and the light that creates form and consciousness.
I think there was the first day when we all arrived, and we sat down at the tables here a week ago, and we were talking about the energy of the land here, and we said, look, what is for certain is that it's confrontational here.
Yes.
There will be no stone unturned by the time you leave. And as you say, it's that removing of the fear within you, and going with the light, and understanding that all will be because it needs to be.
Yeah, well, we've all had dreams out from under the star. We've woken up and something, a spotlight's been blip, 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 blip at you. And the stars are just like a part of us, we're realising up there we're bleeping them as well. It's a two-way thing. And gradually the dreaming, the consciousness, the using of the intuition, and then the conversing has pieced the puzzle together, and put... but the big thing, some of the dreaming, which may have instilled fear, has now become an embracement of it in love, So we really don't have anything to fear, and it's not until we evolve that some of the deeper spheres, one of the Aurosoma bottles has a colour of blue over orange. And Vicky felt orange had lots of aspects, getting it together, putting things back together again. When we've had a shock, sometimes we say, I'm not together. And what happens, orange is also a death colour, that as we go under a death process anywhere, not just the physical, the aura sort of loosens up or leaves. This is on the orange, but it's also can restructure or reform or put together. So one of the bottles with the blue and the orange, Vicky said it was a shock that couldn't be communicated about, and it sits in the sphere of separation, where the soul is starting to gain dominance over the ego, and there's that separating. And some of the dreams are to do with knives and scissors, things that cut away, okay? And so one of the students has chosen that, and on day one couldn't handle the smell, which brings up memory of the orange. And it was very much a bottle that Vicky intuited as having to do with DNA and genetic engineering. So there's been some memory of a reptilian consciousness that's come up and been able to be embraced. A lot of, the red earth, the magnetism in it, and the heat, the melting down.
That's right. Yeah.
Very hot while we've been here.
And confrontational.
Yeah.
That's there to, you can get through anything after being through here.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
But when I say it's been confrontational, it's been gentle.
Yes. Yeah.
I think confrontational is probably too harsh a word.
Okay,
It's been a gentle integration with things that we have in our psyche found confrontational, but now has worked out. Because also what's been happening has been a lot of biological ancestral cleansing and remembering through the Hebrew letter Kuf, which is to say, we've got we're going back and healing our roots and our consciousness here and our ancestors in other realms. In fact, we had for the energy of the land, if you like, and the memory in the land, one of the Hebrew letters fly down through these tiny little cracks in the board, and we've decided to leave it there because it's really helping some of the belief systems of ancestral consciousness that's locked souls in between the worlds, or we understand it as being earthbound, don't we?
Yeah.
And so they actually took that and just reaped it, whipped up and said, I'll have that.
It is amazing, like it's very old spirits. It's amazing the time that we live in now, seeing that this crest of the wave that we're all surfing.
Yeah.
It feels like it's been such a millennia for people to be just subjected to different ideologies throughout the ages, and now to be sitting here in 2007, and it just feels so joyful and joyous to be around this light that's just coming through, and seeing the colours and the shades of the bottles there, characterising all the different insights. It's just amazing, it's beautiful to see people's personal awakenings, happen, and it's and to be part of this group with you as well as the sanctuary, it's just such a beautiful journey for everyone.
Well, I felt the vibration, as I said to you, when we came here a year ago. We had I had bottle 10 explode in the hotel in town, and that particular bottle is to do with our karma, but it's also to do with new beginnings, and particularly changing the way we think, changing the way we understand things from programming and conditioning.